All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike 5-5. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, 24. Bravo. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. All day alert. All day.
On first down, Watson.
Hatch it.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Switch. He's checking.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us to their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Watch 55. Yo. Hey, 24. Watch twist. Alert. Twist. Hey. Delta. Check 24. Watch 24.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 30. 10. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
55. Motion. Orbit.
Watson on first down.
Check.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I got him. On me. 56. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. You don't want nothing. 54 is down. He's coming.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Reset. Check. 19. 29. 21. 64. Drop. Watch QB drop. Slam, slam, slam. Full trot.
21. Mike 21. Check.
25. In your face. Check 43. At 59.
On first down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Peek edge, peek edge, peek edge.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
After the sack on first down, Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Here we go.
At 31. Hey, check Mike.
At 31.
Check Mike.
6. Bring it. Bring it.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Ready?
Check Mike 21.
Now
Mike 21.
Watson.
Check Mike 21.
Come on, baby.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 33-yard line.
Ready?
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming for you. You don't travel. Check hot route. Hot. 57's the mic. Big River.
Now a handoff looking right.
I'm coming after you.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Okay, baby, I see
A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Come on now.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Watch the pass. Shim. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check. 57's the mic. 57's a Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 57. Mike, 57. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
From the gun on third down. Hoover, and he'll find Hall. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Switch it.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Bandit.
On 1st and 10, Hoover. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Finish strong. Yeah,
Bucky Hodges, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21.
Hey, 31.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Back him up.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Check safety. Blue chalk, Hawkers.
Hey, check. Mike 21,
3rd
check
and
Mike
long,
21.
it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Come on,
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Hey, let's get up.
22 jet bomber.
Watch the shift. Hey. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hey, Echo.
57.
Big River.
Operating from the gun. Hoover. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
Let's go.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Watch out.
Topper. Hit it.
Crash.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Hoover. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Check 3. Check 31. And I'm going.
After the interception, here's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Check Mike 21.
Go, go, go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to record his 5th sack of the season. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On the ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that?
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Come on,
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 54 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
57's a Mike. Not today, you aren't. Not today. Safe, safe, safe.
80 weapon.
37. Check 37.
They're coming.
Now they try the right side here. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss.
Here we go.
Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
On third down, Hoover. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Keep playing hard.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Deuce. Check. Lucky. Lucky. Wahoo.
Watson escaping the pressure right. And Thomas has it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go.
Hey, check 24. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Thomas. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Danny.
Here's Watson. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You got nothing.
Mike's 57.
From the gun, Hoover. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fielded at the 33. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Hey, check,
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
59! Shift! Hey, I need one over here. 54! Hot 7.
Hey, check, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
I'm coming!
Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
54 is down, he's coming.
Mike 21.
You go night-night. Time to go night-night. Smoke.
Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Down and go.
To throw is Watson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
54!
They're going for it. It's Watson. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mike 21, check Mike 21.
To throw is Watson on 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get this.
Flush to his right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Hey, defense. 24! Let's go.
Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Here's Watson. Gonna throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. They will indeed snap it to Watson, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Ready to break.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
57. Now, 57.
Looking to throw on second down. Hoover buying time to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Okay, ready?
Mike 57.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
I got you. I got you. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
All day, baby. All day, baby. All day. Mike's 57.
Throwing on third and long. Hoover. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
21, Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Hey, tight. Right now. There you go.
And now a carry here for their fullback.
Let's go. Come on. Run.
Give him 4
Run
on the
to ball.
ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Alert. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Exit.
Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Check Mike 21. Hey, tight. Hey, check Mike 21.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that.
Back to throw, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Your trip is here.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Hey, 59. Big Sear. Orbit. We got to step it up.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
You.
Hey, line up, go.
From the 30 on second down, Watson. Open man is Higgins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. Around the NFL, third quarter from Foxborough. The Pats have moved back in front. That's a game that has been back and forth all afternoon. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Stay with your man.
On first down, Watson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, 59. 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Get in the weight room.
Check 13.
64.
Check 13.
Out.
89.
Out.
Watson down to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Kill.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done.
And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss.
I'm coming back.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 20. Haywood. 20. I'm coming after you.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
30 base.
57's the Mike.
Watch the backer,
Shift. Watch the shift.
Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Time to go. Night. Hey, switch gears.
5.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready. 8, read.
Hey, come on, oh.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
I'm coming.
Looking to throw. Hoover, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened
there. You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
25.
24.
Check 25.
Charlie.
On 4th down, Watson.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Devin Bush. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Man, I got you.
Off play action. Hoover.
Outside coming.
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
Watch the pass.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Keep playing hard.
But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.